Amon, king of Judah. Amon was 22 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem 2 years. His mother's name was Meshullemeth, daughter of Haraz. She was from Jotbah. He did evil in the eyes of the Lord as his father Manasseh had done. He walked in all the ways of his father. He worshipped the idols his father had worshipped and bowed down to them. He forsook the Lord, the God of his fathers, and did not walk in the way of the Lord. Amon's officials conspired against him and assassinated the king in his palace. Then the people of the land killed all who had plotted against King Amon, and they made Josiah, his son, king in his place. As for the other events of Amon's reign and what he did, are they not written in the book of the annals of the kings of Judah? He was buried in his grave in the garden of Uzzah, and Josiah his son succeeded him as king. So another thing is, there was one previous king that it said that he followed after either Asa or David, and he did what was right in the eyes of the Lord. But then all of a sudden, he got pompous or arrogant and wanted to go against Israel as well, Israel's king, and he ended up getting routed. And it was kind of interesting during that time, because it was during the part of Kings, because it doesn't really specifically, other than possible arrogance or pompousness, it doesn't really specify. I do know in Chronicles that it'll tell us more about that situation. That was a side note. With this case, here goes another king that he's still leading the people correctly, not doing right in the Lord's sight, and therefore he didn't reign very long either. So he didn't reign very long, and let's see, what the consequences of these wrongful leaderships are, right? And bringing past to present, we got to understand when things start going wrong. We got to see, did we play a role into it? Was something that we did something, and I've said this in previous Bible studies, take a step back, because sometimes we want to think that we had nothing to do with some of these consequences, some of these things that are happening to us, or to the town or the community or the society. We have to take a moment and take a look at the whole picture, the bigger picture, the broader picture, to see, was there something that we may have played a role in? Was it an attitude? I know, there's also like a psychological thing where someone can do you wrong. So every time you go into a certain situation, you feel wrong, either by a certain group of people or a certain area or a certain place. And so you disassociate that historic part of your life, the factual part of your life, with other people or other actions or other things. And I do see that in a lot of ways when it comes to people. And so what we can do with those is we can release those. We can release those to God. So we are wronged, right? And we can also pray to the Lord and ask for guidance, ask for love, ask for peace, and He will provide. And release those feelings, release that scaredness, that anger, those negative feelings that you may have, and release it and give it to the Lord so He can deal with it. And so that's another thing that I see Judah needs to do. They need to immediately turn to the Lord. And so what kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind when we read over this? How does it make you feel, and what does it make you think?